Good night, everyone. What's up? It's your girl Chanel from Complex Simplicity. I hope you had a great day. I just wanted to do a quick little vlog for the website. I just finished watching The Housewives, or The Real Housewives of Orange County Reunion Part 2, catching up on some of my shows I missed. And it really got me to thinking. I get a lot of thought-provoking material from reality TV, and it brought me to two thoughts or two different topics that I think I'm very passionate about, and find that a lot of us are playing ourselves in these areas. And those two topics are ownership and loyalty. I'll first start with ownership. So, just in watching, the reunion part 2, and they're recapping everything that happened over the season. And with this particular, group of women, it was a lot of drama, a lot of crazy behavior, disrespectful behavior, immature behavior. And these women are middle-aged in their 40s and 50s. And it seemed that not everybody was willing to really own the part that they played in a lot of this poor behavior and disrespectfulness towards each other. And, some were able to own it and, say, I'm sorry, what I said to you wasn't right. It didn't warrant, whatever the situation was, didn't warrant that kind of response from me. And they genuinely apologized. Great. I can identify with that, because that's kind of how I am. Even if I don't care for you like that, if I play myself and I'm disrespectful, which is really not my character, but if it did happen, I'm the type of person where I'll say, you know what, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? But then there's a lot of us out there that know that we played ourselves and said something disrespectful, to the point where if someone said that to us, it would be a problem out here in these streets. But we're not willing to own that. And that, for me, is a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker in relationships, romantic, and that's a deal breaker in friendships. Because I'm the type of person where treat me how I treat you. I try my best to treat people how I want to be treated, to be good to you, to be loyal, to own when I mess up, even if it's going to cost me everything, at least own it. You know what I'm saying? So when I come across people who they're so quick to point the finger at what they feel you did or didn't do, but they can't own what they did or didn't do, that's a problem for me. So much of a problem for me where it kind of would have me moving to the left and not even really wanting a business with you like that. When I see you, love is love, but I'm not going to necessarily want to continue to engage in a friendship with you in that way, or in a relationship with you. And so that just really boils my blood when I come across adults, grown men, grown women who can't own their ish. Own your mess. We need to, you know what I'm saying? To me, that actually shows more strength of character when you're able to do that. And I find it crazy, because a lot of us that can't own our mess wonder why it is that perhaps when it comes to the department of being in love and in a relationship and even married, why that hasn't really happened for us. I come across a lot of people, whether it's in my professional life or even in my personal life, if you struggle with owning when you mess up, you're going to have a hard time in a marriage. It's about ownership, compromise, and a whole bunch of other things. You have to be able to be like, you know what, I played myself. That wasn't right. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? What is so hard about it? Why can't we just say we're sorry? I really don't understand. Help me understand. And then that brings me to the second point, which is loyalty. It's funny. I stumbled upon a thought as I was messing around with my phone today. And the thought said, I reward loyalty with loyalty. I reward disloyalty with distance. And that really resonated with me. I said, this is so me, I have to post about it. So I put it on my personal Facebook page, because that's so how I am. I go hard. I try to be as loyal of a friend as I can be, But when I find that those around me are not loyal, after I've expressed concerns about certain things, if it's around the whole topic of loyalty, and I continue to find that you're still kind of being disloyal, I'm really going to quietly exit stage left. Because at the end of the day, I'm good. And, sad to say, I don't care how much I love you. That's just how I am. Because for me, I'm huge on, treating people how I would want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? And for me, loyalty is everything. Like, if you don't have that, what do we have? Right? And so watching this reunion also reminded me of that thought. A lot of these women portray, or they may front like they're friends, and I get it. On reality TV, the relationships are not always organic. You may be 7 or 8 women selected to be in a situation together that wasn't something that you chose to be in, as far as we're naturally friends. Let's go on this reality show. Some it may be that way. And so there may be some people that you really don't care for or don't like that. I get it. But for the ones who actually seem like they did forge genuine relationships, and then you see the blatant disloyalty, I'm like, I can't. I just can't. I don't need to be needed that. I don't need to be needed that much or in that way. I could be on my own. Like I always say, I'm not afraid to be alone. Sometimes I think that's actually a good thing for certain periods of our lives, because you really learn what you're made of. You know what I'm saying? I know there's some of us out here that are so afraid of being alone. We'll be in any kind of relationship, any kind of friendship. We'll even compromise or sabotage good friendships going on in our lives out of our own needs because we're afraid to be alone. And for me, no, I'm all about, I'm gonna be loyal to you, but I expect that in return. So ownership and loyalty, those are huge ingredients to me that are important in any kind of a friendship or relationship that you're in. And watching this reunion show just really reminded me of it, and it actually boiled my blood. I felt myself getting annoyed as I was watching it. And when I get that kind of reaction, I'm like, oh, this got to go on the site, because this is something that needs to be addressed and talked about, because I see it too much. I go through it in my own personal life, and I see it with others, and it's got to stop, y'all. Let's own our stuff. Like, what is so hard with owning your stuff? Ain't none of us too good to say we're sorry, and ain't none of us too good to look at ourselves and try to figure out the things and the mess in our lives that we have to fix. You know what I'm saying? So when I come across someone who can't say they're sorry, no matter how much I love and care for you, I'm good. I am so good. I'll love you from afar, because to me, if you can't say you're sorry, how far is this friendship or relationship really going? If I come across people who are very disloyal, I exit stage left really quickly. Why? Because if you can't respect certain boundaries, you know what I'm saying? If you can't, play a position where you're able to stand for what's right, or you're able to still say, you know what? Chanel been a good friend to me. I can't do that to her. Like, nah, I'm good. I don't care what that situation is. I'm going to ride out with her. I'm going to be loyal. Like, if it's hard for you to do that, I don't even want you in my life. Like I said, a lot of things that I see and experience, I'm good. I like to live a simple, drama-free life. And I want people to be around where we're like-minded when it comes to certain core ingredients that are needed. And so, like I said, watching this reunion show just had me to thinking, and I felt like sharing it. Maybe this will help you out there. I am pretty sure that I am not the only one that has these sentiments and this perspective. There may be quite a few of you out there who agree with me that ownership and loyalty are huge deals out here, and that we really need to look at ourselves. And I'm talking to myself as well. You know what I'm saying? That's why for me, I'd rather own it and just be like, yo, I'm sorry. I played myself. I offended you. I apologize. That wasn't my intention. You know what I'm saying? I really, like I said, strive to treat people how I want to be treated. And if I find that you can't return that same sentiment, it's cool. Love is love. But I will be over here, exit stage left quietly. You'll be like, well, what happened to Chanel? Is everything okay with us? I thought we were cool. And I'll be like, listen, I can't. I just can't. So please, let's own our mess, our wrongdoings, and let's be loyal. Learn what it really is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking to myself just as much as I'm speaking to everyone out there. We all got to do better, folks. Continue to head to the website, complexsimplicity.weebly.com. Good night.